There's three things that every man wants. And if you do these three things, you can procure any man that you want. And the first thing is being useful. How can you be useful to the person in your life? Why is that important? Because when you are a useful asset to the man that you want to be, then there is no way that he's ever going to want to get rid of you. The second thing is you have to blow his mind in the bedroom. What does that mean? That means you take the wildest, nastiest thing that you've ever done, figure out the wildest, nastiest thing that he's ever done, and exceed that. Otherwise, he can just get it from somewhere else.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Now, the third thing, and this thing is the most important thing. It doesn't matter if you do the first two things. If you don't do this last thing, then you won't be able to keep your man, and that is respect. Always respect your man. Now, if you have any confusion as to what respect is, say to yourself, would I say this to the person who is writing my checks? Would I say this to my boss? And if you wouldn't, don't say it to your man. There's three things that...
Okay, so we had one of these guys that was on those balloon pop shows. And I guess he was explaining to these women three important factors that men look for. He said being useful, he said being good in bed, and he said respect. Now, I don't think those are the only things that men look for, but when we think about all men, those are going to be three things that he's definitely going to include. I mean, some guys might not want a useful woman. I would say it's best to have a woman that is useful. And just to go a little bit deeper when it comes to being useful, to me, it's like looking at that man, seeing the areas of life that, that you can help and, ease his stress in as he's doing the same for you, looking at your life and seeing like, okay, where can I fill myself in? Like, where does she lack? Or, what areas to kind of point out and can I help her with? That's what a man wants when he's talking about a girl being useful. And it's going to look different for each guy, right? If the guy's a business owner, he might need the woman to, look after his books, maybe work as like a assistant for him or, help him in certain different aspects of the business and be that helpmate that he needs in his life and, integrate herself into his life as best as possible. That's what a useful woman does. Now, there are some guys who don't see a need for that, who want to do everything themselves. But to me, it's like, it's good to have a woman in your life because as a man, you want to be doing as much masculine things as possible. So if you aren't at the point where you can hire a bunch of people to do certain things for you, and you're a guy that you're working on your business, you're going to work, but you also have to cook for yourself. You also have to clean for yourself. You also have to, organize your stuff and, do certain tasks that are more feminine. That's taking it away from how masculine that you can be throughout the day. So a woman being useful is very important. The next thing he said was being great in bed, right? And, that is definitely important because as men, we like sex, right? You know what I'm saying? We don't even have to beat around the bush. We like sex, and, knowing what he likes and, trying new things, being spontaneous with him. Those are all things that are going to keep that fire going. Now, it's important to understand your man is never not going to want, or it's never not going to be a time in his life where, well, there will be times where he won't want other women, but there will be times where he will want other women and want to have sex with other women. But you and him having great sex, you and him knowing each other's kinks and just having a good relationship to where when he does have those feelings, he can come and talk to you about it. That can prevent cheating, man. That can definitely prevent cheating. And then he said respect, man. Respect is like my number one when it comes to relationships in general. It can be platonic. It can be intimate partner. It can be just a friendship, right? Respect is very, very important. And he was cooking, man. This guy was cooking the way he said that would I do this or would I say this to the person that's writing my checks? Because a lot of times women give more respect to their boss at work than they do at home. And, maybe it's because they feel like they have to be there. That's why I think but don't get me wrong, all men don't want their woman to have to work for another man. But until he can put you in that position, if you love that man, you're going to show him greater respect than you show that boss at work. That's just how it is. And he should also be respecting you, respecting your emotions, respecting your feelings, respecting your input. He's the man. He's the leader. He's going to be the one making the decisions at the end of the day. But he should also be respecting you. So I thought this was a great video. Hopefully it looks like they all popped their balloons before he could even get his whole spiel out. And, that's what happens with women a lot of times. They listen to respond, not to understand. Whole time. Three simple things. And I don't know what else he said, right, that made them pop their balloons. But those three simple things they could all be wives. They wouldn't have to be in a line holding balloons, trying to find a husband. They wouldn't have to be doing that, embarrassing themselves and their families for social media. But let me know what y'all think about the three things he said that are like the most important factors that men look for in a good relationship and from a wife. Let me know what y'all think down below. As always, love y'all. I'm out.